Or it gets 50 past.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we've done the shopping. It's fine.
Yeah.
Clear that thing.
Here we go again. So shopping's been done off screen.
Yeah, and you should probably clear off those rolls, especially the weird ones.
Yeah, that's just him messing around. That's fine. There you go. Yeah, so we now have the biker gang from the Chinese Expanse.
Yeah,
Rolls
that's
were
awesome.
made and fun was had. That's all.
Oh, and I got a conversion field, so I'm even more impossible to hit.
Duh.
We also have hallucinogen grenades.
Lots of them.
Lots of them for the bikers, for the biker gangs on board semi-automatic grenade launchers.
Yeah. Like, don't
course.
even question it. Don't
Like,
even
more than
question
half
it
of us
anymore.
can't drive, so...
You have bikes, though. You can look. You can go to the biker club and look hard because you do own a bike. You just can't ride it.
Yeah, we'd have to wheel it in.
Well, I can ride it.
Well, actually, no. The
Okay,
driving,
sorry.
the
Road trading
driving
count.
tests you'd have to do, or like if you're driving over hard ground or something like that, or trying to dodge with it.
Yeah, just okay.
Normal using it, we can do.
That's fair enough, but when have we gotten into any situation where that could be disguised remotely appropriate?
Most Starship corridors don't have that kind of crap.
They're always cluttered with people, though.
Yes.
I think people count as hard terrain when they're all smeared over the floor. We
Yeah.
had this in a previous session.
On the floor, seeing purple elephants screaming their eyes off and that sort of thing.
Yep. Or
One
purple
of those.
demons. Just
Yeah,
a really...
normal driving does not require a skill test, but one is required for hazardous conditions, excessive speed, or dangerous maneuvers.
Also, I now think I might be the sanest member of the party. And the least corrupted. Except for possibly Trosk.
I've
Yeah,
got 4
0
corrupt-
insanity, 8 corruption.
No, 8 and 2. Insanity and corruption. Fair enough.
You've just been wimping out in the big fights, obviously.
Excuse
actually
me for
four-
being on the wrong side of the continent. Literally.
Just, I'm waiting for Gray to hit me up with 30 insanity because I have all the explosives.
Oh, God, that's a decent point.
How would I do something like that?
Why wouldn't you?
To be fair, he just did ask for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. Oh, shit. You fool, Zeb, you fool.
Well, think about it. If I have all the explosives and I'm insane,
Well, then he could just give you all the insanity, and you die.
They're just sending you out an airlock.
It's always going to be a good day, that. Sorry.
What?
When he goes insane, it's going to be a good day.
well, it's the only way he can kill me.
That's
Aside
true.
from that
Okay,
demon.
you said that, and it's not true.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if you get a macro cannon shell dropped on you, I think that's going to end your day.
Yeah, that requires
I was just
Yeah,
Unless
but-
the power field goes off.
burning at least.
But then it crushes
one
you
thing.
anyway.
Yeah.
The power field holds out for a few seconds as you struggle to hold the weight of the
And then gravity reminds you that you are officially its bitch.
And then I get buried up to my neck in the ground and just can't move.
I imagine that inertia would probably kill you from the las cannon because the power field would probably break before the shadow stopped moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are limits what these things can do.
Right, sorry, we're not pissing about and buying things. We're back on footfall. Moustaches have already started growing on statues. It's a good day.
I'm surprised the statues haven't had moustaches. That's the statue of the Emperor, by the way.
That's slowly growing a hat, apparently.
Well, two of us
Hat
worship
stash.
the Messiah anyway.
You're
I was
Everyone
wondering
else
when
is
it was going to get a hat.
Yeah.
Honestly, Gray, you should expect this by now.
Yeah.
When I
Like,
look
We have
at
this
that
conversation every
statue, I
time.
don't think Emperor, to be honest.
yeah, it's supposed to be the Emperor because the big.
Right.
Yeah.
I was thinking some sort of saint or another. But,
It's got wings, though. The Emperor's supposed to have wings, doesn't he?
was he?
Are
not
those
actually
wings?
remember that detail, but there's another one in the background as well.
I can't rightfully recall, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to remember.
Yeah. Not important.
All I remember is
Happened, no
gold
one
armor
sees
and
for
eagles.
30,000 years.
Yeah. Alright. The main thing you notice difference in footfall this time from when you've visited previous is there's a few bigger ships than there are normally.
And of course,
God,
the hat.
the Arbeit is calling some help.
They immediately lock target on you. There's like 4 Arbeit ships.
How big is big?
Well, there's a battle cruiser, Mars class,
Nice.
Ooh,
Yep.
nice.
a Lunar class cruiser, and a Gothic class cruiser, and a squadron of Cobra class destroyers.
We can take him. Come on.
I have a
No.
feeling this is
No.
the Navy waiting
No.
for our say so that they can go in.
That's already like half of Battlefleet Forest.
Yep.
Wait. Did you do this? Did any of us do this? This is really an important question.
I think this is us. Yeah.
Okay. How do we
What is
undo
us?
this?
No. This is us doing this as a good thing.
Yeah. These
Like,
are
I
the,
think they're
we're
on
these
our
guys to
side.
help us.
these are the
Oh.
reinforcements we requested.
Oh, sweet shit. Okay.
The ships. Yep. The ships' IDs are in fact the Cobras are the Wraith of St. Drusus squadron. The Gothic class is the Gethsemane. The Lunar class is the Sirius, and the Mars class battlecruiser is the Griffin, which,
The
as you
Griffin?
all know, is the flagship of the Battlefleet Commodus.
Holy
Whoa.
shit.
So some big guns have been called in here.
I was going to say, the
Oh,
Gethsemane
shit.
alone is a
Those
pretty
are some
big...
really big guns.
The
Yep.
Gethsemane alone is a massive investment of trust from the Battlefleet, let alone the flagship. Jesus. Well,
Let's
Well,
not
we
fuck
assume we've
this
done
up.
this, but they might actually just be here refueling.
well, couldn't hurt to ask, could it?
They've had to come out
Think about
of
the
Corylus
Inquisitor
into...
that's there.
Yeah. They're... Yeah. You know,
That's right, I'm getting my
punching people is
sectors confused.
Fighting the old enemy.
Wasn't the Inquisitor actually on our ship?
No.
No.
You know, I just thought of something. They might be here because they don't know about our warp charts.
Meaning
Meaning that the
Like-
only known warp route that's been known for a long time out that way is from Football to Eratus and then into the rest of the Letrian cluster,
Oh,
which is much slower than the route that we would be taking.
sure. But are you suggesting...
Where's our other warp? Oh, right.
So, is there an opportunity to flog the Imperial fleets and warp charts? Massive profit? Anyone? No?
Well, even the Aratus route we mapped, I thought.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That might have been before.
Hang on. Which route are we talking about now? Sorry, I think I've lost it.
Because-
I imagine they would
Sorry,
have...
it's just so much time's passed. I'm
You've
losing details.
taken money for these charts, so these charts
Oh,
will
okay.
probably be in the public domain, especially to the fleet right now.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Worth a try,
Yeah.
though.
Oh, however, navigator charts trade their way out.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
through massive amounts of bribery and corruption, I'd wager.
Hey,
Isn't that the only way?
It's the Imperium. It's not a specific insult against you.
All right,
Right.
so let's go meet this Inquisitor.
Yeah, so as well as this, there's another 2 or 3 cargo ships, or, smaller non-combat vessels, which are being protected by the cruisers.
Troop transports.
Oh, damn it. Clicked the
Yeah.
wrong thing. My bad.
Yeah, you would, from the way they're being protected, they do look like they are troop transports or other materials of war. This is not a...
This isn't an idle patrol.
This
is
isn't an
actually
ice patrol, they are gearing up for something.
This is definitely an invasion fleet.
Hopefully they're gearing up for the same thing we are. Otherwise we're going to look a bit sad.
we're going to be a bit embarrassed when we arrive at Letrian.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly. That's right, putting it mildly.
It's okay to be outdone militarily by the Imperial Navy. This is fine.
Yeah.
Although
There's
when
nothing
you
wrong
pull,
with
it's not going to be that much of an outgunning. You have a cruiser.
We don't have a battle cruiser.
You don't have a battle
Which
cruiser
has empty hammer deck, empty hangar decks.
We never did take care of that.
Well, now's the time. No, we did. Didn't we say they were refitting while we went off to deal with the Letrian cluster in the first place?
Yeah, they were refitting, but they weren't
Okay.
buying lightnings and
Oh, yeah.
now. Yes.
That's a point.
Stormcrows, whatever the bombs are called.
Oh, I can't either. Point being,
Or
Right,
even assault
we do-
transports, so we can drop all our troops.
we have also been refitting a good deal of our ships with better than Imperial standard weaponry, too. Must be said.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Hecutas are not standard armament for any Imperial Navy
Oh.
ships short of battleships. So we do have some gunnery edges, sort of. I mean, we punch more than our weight. We punch above our weight, but let's just hope we don't actually get hit by any battleship class weapons. Put it that way.
I'm pretty sure they can throw out an absolute shed load of torpedoes, though.
Yeah, we really need to work on getting a ship with torpedo capacity, to be honest.
Well, we
Got one.
Stealing one, yeah, sure, but still.
Got one.
Sorry.
did we
Permanently
have
borrowed.
one?
Yeah, didn't the carrier have
one of our
torpedo
ships.
launches?
Has torpedoes.
Oh, the carrier that we've been refitting does. Yes, you're quite right. Sorry.
Right, so you've got the Deus Cicero.
Whey!
I'm going to give you a ship, so obviously you've forgotten what they are. The Cicero's claw. You've the Ombuside shield, of course.
Naturally.
We have another.
The Shadow.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Shadow
Although I haven't said
Cicero.
that. I kind
Which
of
got
think
ripped
that
a
if
new
we-
one.
I was going to say, if we're going on a planetary invasion, the Shadow we should probably leave behind. It's
Did we
going to
have
be way
another
too small
Cobra
to fill.
around? Or yeah.
It was discussed in the thread. We do have a second Cobra, but I don't know what we did with it. Yeah, welcome to Rogue Trader, folks, when you do actually just genuinely lose track of what ships you have in your fleet due to accounting errors.
Did we? I'm sure we've repaired the Shadow Cicero by now.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what it's been doing this whole time.
yeah.
Being repaired from getting seriously fucked up by, what was it, torpedoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was torpedoes.
It was a torpedo battering that. Oh, that's
think-
why.
oh, was it the
Cicero's
Eldar?
claws. No, it wasn't the
Oh,
Eldar,
was-
because the Eldar we actually got really lucky on. It was the fight where we took Cicero's claw from,
Yeah.
which is why that
Oh, yeah.
one has torpedoes. Because
Yeah, the Shadow had to bail.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, now I remember.
Right. You also have the Light of Lectrian, but apparently you've never gotten around to renaming it.
I thought that was the Cicero's Claw.
Oh yes, it is. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we did have another Cobra, I thought.
And we got a
I've read
transport
things.
floating around
You
somewhere.
got a transport, yeah.
yeah, we have a couple.
Yeah,
of
we know about that one. That was
Voyage,
full of
yeah.
chaos.
Right.
It's okay because we put motivation posters over it.
Yes.
Ah,
I love how we did that. We just ignored that little trip that Dre was planning for
It's
us.
fine.
yeah, and the planet that got
Oh, the Demon
Pacific
Planet
Rim.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We made a really good call there by accident, though.
We're just saying that because we didn't have any heavy weapons at the time.
But you have a fairly good fleet. You've got, you know, a cruiser, a
This
light
is really
cruiser,
impressive, yeah.
frigate, and the destroyer. That's fairly impressive firepower for what was a completely backwards rogue trader 35 years ago.
True.
Yeah.
It's a hell of an expansion, that's for sure.
Yeah. So just for because I've got the sheet open here, it's been 5.5 years subjective for you guys, except Bash. For him, it's been 9 years because he had a stopover. 35 years real time for the rest of the universe. And Bash is coming up on his 17th birthday, actually.
Woo!
16.92 days.
So it might happen on the warp travel over.
Might, actually, yeah. I know Aubrey's nearly
man.
33.
Oh man, I really hope the timing pans out that that it's his birthday just as we come out of the warp.
It'd be a hell of a birthday present.
It would.
Happy birthday, Captain.
Happy birthday.
Broken
Remember to
bones
blow
in
out
your
the fires.
It's actually 1 month from his birthday. 31 days.
That's,
Oh,
that's a
yeah,
reasonable
that's not gonna
time
happen.
for a warp trip. Except we've got to go
Actually,
around
no, it's
the
a bit
polar.
less than that. 28 days, actually. 28 days to your birthday. It's probably going to take you 7 days to get to pop into footfall, so.
I hate buying gifts for young
Starbase.
people.
No, I already got him his gift. I got him a scout bike.
Yeah, that's your gift, sure, but what the hell am I going to get?
I don't know. I got him ballistic grenades.
You bought him his gift with his own money. That's awesome.
You never specified.
I'm used to that. You know.
He's got to do that, though, because, you know, he wants gifts, but he, you know.
It's the thought. that-
But it's okay because I paid with my money that was paid to me by him, but it's my money.
Yeah, the crew has actual money that he gets paid. I don't so much get
Yeah,
paid.
I don't
but
get
the
paid.
Oh,
I get the stipend from
Well,
the house. That,
you probably
I
have
just get
spending
money.
money, so, you know.
Yeah, but that's not really pay, is it? That's just more of an allowance. Not quite the same thing.
how old is
Also-
your Aubrey, by the way?
Nearly 33, I think, by the reckoning I had set up.
Excellent. So you get your pocket money off someone half your age.
Yes, I know. It's really embarrassing.
I think I've turned
Oh.
about 62 so far.
Also, who
How's
let
my character sheet going?
I like the fact the Moustache Crusade in our ships is still going, whoever drew on the addition to the dais.
Wait, are we saying that Trosk is the oldest one here?
I don't know
Probably.
how old Trosk.
He's 53.
I'm
78.
62.
Oh, okay.
Because I had a long stint in real space.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you also have to consider that Arb's like spending money is probably direct access to the petty cash account, which is probably more money than most planets have access to.
That is also a fairly reasonable point.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take a bit of the petty cash. Oh, that's fine. Put an IU in the tin. We're going to go buy.
An entire planet just goes bankrupt. Yeah, sorry, the check's in the mail. My bad. I tried a bit of trading myself, didn't work out too well. The Franberries are awful, it turns out.
So, Bureaucracy, the text adventure game?
In essence, yes.
So, of course, you're contacted by the Inquisitor,
Naturally.
who would like to meet you at some point.
That's yes.
Yeah.
That means
that's probably
now.
something we'll do as soon as we arrive.
Yeah.
Because,
That's pretty much what at some point means.
yes,
Okay.
because that's how Inquisitors work. It's,
Well,
unless you're literally a space marine.
wanting to talk to her as well, so you know.
So, got what the picture was called. 1 second. That's because down O, not the. So, when you walk in to meet the Inquisitor,
She's her usual self, I see.
yeah, use yourself. Somebody else is in here with her.
Anyone we know?
Okay.
I
That is not
guess,
someone we
yes.
know, I don't think,
He's
is it?
quite odd looking.
I can't see.
It's Captain Loading Screen. In fact,
Yes,
it's
Captain
Fleet
Loading
Admiral.
Screen.
Well, that has to be a psycho.
He's quite odd looking.
Given the cable coming out of the back of his head, I think so.
Not necessarily.
Well, he's not going to be a tech priest.
He might just be some high enough up to have some serious wetware installed.
I
Yeah,
guess.
fair enough.
The Inquisitor introduces himself. Him.
What?
Yeah, the Inquisitor introduces himself. Takes the wig off. Aha! It's the crying game all over again. Here comes the heart.
Is Waldo?
So,
Wait a minute, you're not Kaiser Soze? Shit. Well,
I'd like-
there's a couple of episode titles for you, Gray. See what you can work with them.
yeah, I'll probably forget them all by tomorrow morning anyway.
I suspect that's what usually happens with the episode titles.
Yeah. I'll try and remember to write one of them down actually now. Anyway, he says this, as you may or may not know, is an ambassador. Ambassador? Let's try that again. It's Admiral Nathaniel Horn, commander of what is colloquially known as the Battlefield Coronus, although bit of a jumped up name for his squadron, but you have to give these locals their power.
Is she insulting him while he's standing there?
Pretty
Apparently,
much, yes.
Apparently, yes.
To be
She's
fair,
an
she is
Inquisitor,
Inquisitor.
frankly.
This is the thing they love to do.
Yeah. And
They love to remind everyone that they're sort of not Inquisitors and barely people.
Admiral Horn, this is rogue trader praised by the Emperor for he is mighty Bashura,
Oh,
and his
Most people call him Ash.
motley crew. So the Admiral gives you look of pretty much raw distaste. Another jumped up rogue trader I see. Although you've apparently been useful. How you'll stand now there's some actual troops in the field is to be seen, but you know, you have managed to bring something of importance to our notice. I've assembled as much as the fleet as I can, and we are just waiting on your report.
Well, there was a big demon thing composed mostly of fire and or rage, and I killed it with a big man with lots of metal and las cannon and a crew with an artificer's thunderhammer.
As you do.
Excellent, and that helps us how?
Well, it destroyed a big grav generator thing that may have been some sort of archaeotech marvel, but I didn't really care, so we dropped it into the sun.
That is more the thing I'm looking for. You see what he turns to the Inquisitor, you see what we have to work with?
Oh, I didn't give a damn. I just tossed it into a sun. Yeah, why not? Why not?
So, have you destroyed the rest of the enemy in the system?
There were a couple of cruisers there that we unfortunately had to avoid because, a single frigate against two cruisers isn't really a fight that even I'm willing to take on every day. And we thought it was more important to get back here and deliver the report,
Oh, so you left two enemy cruisers in system. Are they still repairing?
They're functional. I don't know if they're completely battle operational, but they can certainly move around at decent speed.
Right. Do you have any other... Who is eating while we are talking?
Aubrey just looks exceptionally guilty halfway through a chocolate bar. Sorry about that.
You eat chocolate with a knife and fork?
No,
He's very sophisticated.
Yeah. No, sorry, that's just in character. I'm terribly sorry. I missed dinner and I've had to catch up.
No, it's okay. I just thought I'd use it.
My apologies.
Yeah.
Won't happen again.
I'm just going to leave you with that. Huh?
Oh, what now? Oh, come on, it's a snack.
Half a pig on the table.
Hey, calories, man. We're a combat soldier.
Anyway. The Inquisitor takes up. So, do you have any better idea of what forces we will be facing?
Heretics.
Where?
Specifically, their fleet. If we're going to take out this heretical cluster, we're going to have some idea of what we're facing. We can't just send, our forces in there.
Well, we know there are those two cruisers that are at least partially functional. We know they have access to a large ship graveyard they are attempting to recover more ships from. We know that the shipyards above Letrian are producing some sort of grand cruiser. And so it's going to very much depend on when exactly we're fighting them.
They may have one more cruiser as well. One did escape from a previous battle.
That is true.
That was,
it was on
that
last
was
legs.
horribly damaged, and that did not look like a scheduled warp jump.
No, it was crippled and jumped into the warp without Gellerfields. It's safe to assume it's hardly going to be in fighting condition.
It depends much if you're demons now instead.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem.
Point.
If we were fighting just his house, I'd agree, but we're fighting,
No, we're fighting Zerzan and his
those
scum.
guys. So it may be.
Oh, also there
battlefield
have
asset.
at various points in the past been boarding torpedoes with Chaos Space Marines on board.
Oh, yes, that is an
Oh
important
yeah, I
one.
forgot about those.
Space Marines.
Heretical Space Marines.
Well, either way, they are a major problem.
Yeah, definitely about it.
It was different.
Bolter to the face. That really hurt.
Well, we can expect, find individuals as you. At that point, the Admiral scoffs. To survive such an encounter, Space Marines have changed the balance. We need to know if we're dealing with anything more than a company of them, then we're in serious trouble.
Well, it's fine. You just shoot down the boarding torpedoes before they get to you.
Boarding torpedoes, yes, but what if they're on planets or board our ships in closer range? Once a major fleet battle begins, it gets very hard to know what's going to happen.
Well, I can only suggest then that you keep some very angry crews on board. That seems to work quite effectively.
recruit on an Imperial battle cruiser.
You'd be amazed what they do.
Worked
Hey,
before.
Dear.
Xenos heretic. Anyway,
he's fully sanctioned. I've got the paperwork somewhere.
I point at my forehead.
Yeah.
that burn only means that someone has not burned far enough into his skull.
Hey, don't insult my crew who just killed a major demon because I asked them to.
Yes. I would be much happier if there was only humans in the room, but
Well, yeah, but okay, then you take some of your crew and you go kill a big burly man.
we don't fight close combat. We deal in the finer art of space combat.
Would you be interested in paying for our services then?
Yes, I'm sure we can use some cannon fodder.
Problem is, I mean, I'm just going to turn around and ignore them for a moment and chat with my group for a second. You know, the thing is, if we go into this fight, any ships that we're fighting, you know, they're going to be probably quite massively tainted, so there's not even going to be that much for us there to take.
Possibly. There may still be some... I mean, it's unlikely, now that since we trashed his fleet, that we'll get untainted vessels, but...
Hiring crew will be difficult. It's going to have to be top dollar because they can't eat what they kill.
Yeah, and...
Yeah, point.
I mean, I'm still hopeful we could possibly get the shipyard at the end, but... we might need a lot of flames.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly. Or an awful lot of disposable priests.
Yeah.
We... Remember that the miners we captured did seem to think that the heresy hadn't fully broken out yet, so the shipyard might still be usable.
That's true. If it's only at the very sort of top, then there might be salvageable things out there. Especially if only the ships that have been produced from the graveyard have been fully tainted. Then. Okay, I'll turn back around and say, sorry, business.
Okay. So, would you be willing to pledge your ships? We assume you have a stake in this, seeing as this is part of a long-running family dynasty strop.
Disagreement.
There would have to be certain details ironed out before we could fully agree immediately. I mean, for instance, I'm obviously assuming you will have overall control of the space forces and operations in general space regions, but how specifically will you be expecting us to follow your orders?
We, of course, will have you operate as an independent squadron.
Okay.
The rogue trader, as much as I despise the institution of the rogue traders, I have to acknowledge that you have autonomy over your own forces. We would expect you to fly in formation with us, support us, but beyond that, we wouldn't be commanding your individual ships. We'd have a goal, common goal, but beyond that, once we enter the system, we would best divide up the tasks as it fits individual skills.
Are you in any way equipped for orbital bombardment?
Only with the normal fact that macro cannons do a lot of damage. We don't have any designated chips for that.
Fair enough.
Landing would be a bit more of a trouble. We've been able to get 3 regiments of Imperial Guard together, but no proper landing ships.
We've had this problem before. There's really quite a lack of them in the Expanse at the minute.
Yes, well, planning through warfare in the Expanse is kind of not taking off that much. It's a unknown area. The Imperium's not active in any real crusades at the moment, so those ships are being used more in the Plixus sector and other neighbouring sectors. It's a problem. Even getting more fresh ships out here is a hard job for me.